Kandis Show.
Let's get right into Logan Paul versus Floyd Mayweather, the fight we were all waiting for yesterday.
Yeah, post-fight reaction.
We got to get it out today, though, if we're going to get this out.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So Logan Paul, Floyd Mayweather happened yesterday. Let's start from the beginning and go on type thing.
Okay.
From our experience. So first and foremost, Alec ordered 40 wings from Wingstop and got over to the house.
Wings.
At first, I was going to order on my TV. I didn't. I had to call my cable company, pay a bill, blah, 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 whatever. I looked up Showtime app, and you could buy it on Showtime app. So I was like, fuck it. Let's just try Showtime app. I don't want to run to the bank, blah, blah, blah. And we pull up Showtime app. I pay for it, the $49.99. And at first, it was like saying invalid email. And I thought at first, there's probably more people getting on the Showtime app than ever before. So there's probably something going on. We pull up Twitter and everyone's system's crashing. The sad part about it, the only other fight we cared about was Chad Johnson. And that was the first fight.
Yeah.
And I mean, long story short, it took about an hour and 15 minutes because we were still at an hour and we still didn't have it up.
Yeah, right.
And then probably about 10 or 15 minutes after that, we kept trying it on the TV. We had it on the Xbox. My Xbox is hardwired, so it goes faster than the Wi-Fi to the TV. Because you can get Showtime app on the TVs and shit, but I like to go into my Xbox since it's hardwired. But so we were trying to sign into the email. It wouldn't work. Kept trying on my phone. Finally, at one point, it just worked on my phone. I kept clicking it, and it finally worked. And this would have been about an hour and 15 minutes into it, right?
Yeah.
We got it was the fourth round of the Arias versus Jarrett Hurd. I think those are the names. Hurd versus Arias. We got in the fourth round of that one and had it on the phone. So.
Which is pretty ghetto.
Especially
for spending $50.
For an event that they've been putting together. When was Showtime's last big event?
And it's Showtime.
Yeah. So it started off a little.
Started off bad. Vinny and I are huddled around an iPhone to watch this big fight.
Yeah.
So other than the wings, it didn't start off great.
Yeah, the wings were good.
Yeah.
And I was holding my baby, and he laid on the couch for 8 wings. So that was a good stretch. So we got into the Arias Hurd fight. Someone won that fight. Arias, I think, won that fight. Then we got into the Badou Jack versus late minute replacement because the guy who was supposed to fight got busted for 4 steroids. So that was cool. And then
that fight was an ass beating too.
Yeah, that was. Badou Jack was a beast. I mean, he was minus something big. I forget.
He put it on him. I hate it when guys are trying to get out of the fight. At least fight.
Yeah, he was trying to get out of the fight. We've seen that twice.
Yeah.
Twice in the last events, the Triller and Showtime. We saw that with the one guy who acted like he was
that
hurt.
was real embarrassing.
That was bad.
That was really bad.
This wasn't as bad, but he wanted out of the fight.
It was still bad.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right. So for the Logan Paul Floyd Mayweather, I mean, where do you want to start with it? I mean, do you want to? I know you probably want to talk about the announcers.
Yeah, I do.
I know we want to talk about the fight. I mean, I have a lot of takes. I've thought about it too, even since I've seen you last. And Alec was just with me last night. I mean, we haven't even been apart 12 hours basically. Where do you want to start? You start. I have takes.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
and I think I'm more level-headed at it than you are, but you go first.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, should we go based on what we were expecting to what happened?
I don't know.
Going into the fight, I expected.
So were you expecting something?
Yeah,
remember what I was telling you at the beginning, even right before the fight started, I was like, I don't know what to expect.
Right.
I don't know who's fighting, so I didn't really go with it with any expectations.
Yeah, I came in with expectations for sure.
So
I did
go with what you thought you were going to see.
Okay, I definitely thought Mayweather was going to carry it for the first 2 to 3 rounds.
Right.
And then the 4th round, I thought he was going to put it on him and knock him out. That's how I honestly felt. And it seemed like he did try to do that.
Yeah. He almost pressured a little more earlier, too, than I would have thought. But
I think once Logan started connecting, it might have pissed him off.
Maybe.
I did not expect Logan to connect with good punches like he did. I mean, it's not like he hit him a shit ton of time. But he had that 1-2 combo, the straight to the hook.
Yeah.
He had a couple good jabs and stuff. And I don't think anyone was, at least I wasn't expecting that. And I don't think Mayweather was, you know. And I expected, once Mayweather was walking him down with his fist up, I thought he was going to put it on him. And it didn't seem like he was really able to, you know.
Yeah. So let's go. I think even Floyd said it well in his little post speech at the ring. He's like, I am 44. You know, I'm not 21 or 25. And that was something I really took from it, you know. And we've said this. We say with UFC, 37 I start getting real questionable about whether to bet these guys.
Yeah, late 30s.
Let alone 40, 41.
Yeah.
This guy's 44 years old.
Right.
And I know that was a thing, but not until after I watched the whole fight and heard him even address it, that really did have an impact on me. So it's like you can look at it two ways. Like a lot of people, and we'll get into the announcers in a second, but a lot of like the pro boxing, the old like Showtime white money thing, they were all Floyd Mayweather, right? So even not even taking into effect the 34-pound difference, they still thought maybe Floyd should have took him out. But anyone who follows fighting knows 44 is old. And again, versus the young 26, it's not like the 44 had 35 pounds.
Right.
The 44-year-old was 35 pounds lighter.
Yeah.
Going against a 26 guy in incredible shape and had the 30. So we had the age, 18 years age, and the weight. That's big.
I think if the weight difference wasn't as extreme as it was, I think Mayweather might have been able to put out another amateur at the same level as Logan
So
Paul.
I like both sides, though, to be honest. So for Floyd to be 44, to be 35, to then press forward, take some fucking courage and some balls, And it wasn't like they were not trying to fight. They were fighting, which I was excited about. I was wondering if it was going to be a fight. They were fighting.
A lot of people were complaining about the hugging. Like I looked on today, even like Jake Paul's been going crazy saying 50-1 and shit, and just, initiating conflict and everything. But in the comment section, everyone's like, your brother just hugged him the whole time. That's what everyone keeps saying. But when you're a bigger guy in boxing, I mean, I'm definitely no boxing strategic expert.
Sure.
But typically, the heavier guy typically puts a weight on the guy.
And again, that's why I like Floyd's post-fight speech. He said that too. He said Logan used his weight really well. Yeah. He knew when to grasp me, and that's when the 35 pounds comes into play. Yeah. And especially if you're a little tired, So Logan definitely was holding more. That's what boxers don't really like is when they hold. But he was tired. I mean, he started getting tired by third, fourth round. Yeah. Now, like I said, I'm going to give credit to both sides. I do give even Logan Paul, even though Floyd's 44, even though he's 35 pounds lighter, for Logan to stay in there for 8 rounds, for being coming off at 0-1, he hasn't even had a win
against a YouTuber.
So he was trash. So he's definitely got better. I mean, literally, we've seen Logan and Jake. I mean, they're making this money on YouTube, doing whatever they're doing, and they're just training boxing, which is a great life. That'd be cool if I could just make money, fucking doing podcasts and fucking making money with that, sponsorships and just showing my face and just train jiu-jitsu all day. That's what's up.
I wonder if we're gonna get to anyway. Could get big. To a point where you could have jiu-jitsu super fights.
None of these guys just do it. You could if you had 2 big guys that did jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, but no one does it. It's not like everyone can throw hands, I guess.
Yeah, anyone can just try to throw hands. Yeah, but maybe
MMA though.
Maybe in 4 years.
Yeah.
So more people would be doing jiu-jitsu. So all right. So fight-wise, we did it. Do you want to give your take on
how about, like, were you surprised by Logan Paul's performance? Because I was.
That's what I said. I said I'm surprised they took it all 8 rounds. Yeah. Again. That Mayweather is 44, and we know not to bet guys over 37.
He is the best fighter in the world against a YouTuber, though.
Best fighter at 44.
At 44.
He was the best fighter. I mean, 3 years ago at McGregor, he was retired. His real last fight's like 5 years ago.
I was thinking that now. Like, there's no... the Conor Mayweather rematch, if that happened now... first off, it won't. But if it did, I don't know how that would go. I think...
Mayweather would probably still dance more and just make it, Yeah. These guys here's what Mayweather's always biggest strength. This was his and Pacquiao's strength. Their cardio. They don't get tired. Okay. And that's their thing. McGregor will get tired after 4th round.
But McGregor, with the second chance, do you think he's not preparing in a certain way?
Cardio in a year. You can't get what...
cardio is just training. Yeah, cardio is just running and putting in the miles. You can't catch up to
30 years of cardio that Mayweather has.
I don't think it's the same thing.
McGregor's weak. No, it is the same thing. McGregor's weakness is 7 minutes into the Nate Diaz fights, gets tired and gets rear naked choked.
Right. I think that's just based on your training regimen. I don't think that's like a 30-year type of experience thing when it comes to cardio. It's just like muscle mass.
For sure there's a 30-year cardio investment. Like, for example, Connor's ran, let's just say, 250 miles in his life, maybe more. Let's give him 2,000 miles. Floyd's run 30,000 miles.
Yeah, but how consistent though? I think that's the biggest thing with Mayweather is and that's what everyone's always said. No matter what, Mayweather's always training. So, but I don't think it's a 30-year thing. I think you can catch up.
It's a 10,000 hours thing.
I don't know. The cardio's not. I do not agree with that. No,
cardio for sure.
No, definitely
you can't
not.
teach cardio overnight.
It's not teaching. It's just a normal. It's like gaining muscle. Like no matter what, if you put someone through a 6-month camp, they're gonna gain a lot of muscle.
No, for sure. But you might not gain what Floyd has in cardio in 6 months.
Well, that's if he was consistent for 30 years and never stopped. I'm sure.
Which Floyd has never stopped in 30 years. I'm saying we're talking about just for Floyd. to catch Floyd's cardio. I get what you're saying with a normal person, but for Floyd, that's a different set of cardio. So the moral of the story is that we're talking about if Conor and Floyd were to fight again, I still think Floyd would do the same thing, move around for 4 or 5 rounds. But at this point, to be honest, I don't want to see a 44-year-old fighter fight. So hopefully Floyd's done. If he does it, I don't know.
They seem like they're trying to set up the Jake Paul fight. But he has Tyron Woodley.
And again, Floyd in that little ring thing, he said, again, I'm not a 21, 25-year-old guy. And he says, I know that. I don't think you want to fight Jake. I think Jake's better probably than Logan.
Yeah?
Yeah. For whatever reason. But Jake seems to throw more straight boxes. Logan does this little, gumpy thing a little bit to me, but...
He was just throwing that hard straight right. I mean, we didn't really even get to see him perform against Ben Askren because it ended in how quickly.
Yeah.
Did I say Logan? I meant Jake if I did.
Jake. We haven't really get to see him get into a fight.
Yeah. Which we actually haven't seen him perform.
Let's wait for the Woodley one because we're going to get into that next.
Yeah.
So... Let's go, but let's do this first. So, overall, I think it was good Logan made it all 8 rounds. Again, with Floyd being 44, giving up 35 pounds, I like both sides. They both were very happy after the fight. Logan, I even like Logan. I'm the independent guy.
Yeah.
Anyone can make it. If I can make it here, anyone can make it here. Logan will try to push some kind of positive.
And that's a good transition point, I think. Yeah.
Well, but real quick, I want to do the Desus and Mero.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's a good transition point.
Here's the thing, and this is the funny thing.
What are their names?
Them first?
What's their name?
Desus and Mero.
Desus and Mero. Okay.
They're popular, bro.
Okay, do your thing.
Okay. Well, my thing is this, and I want to tell you this. I thought about it last night and this morning.
Right.
It was funny. We saw both perspectives, right? So, Triller was pro Jake Paul, right? Because they were in that bag, and that's where you saw them trying to be young. The trendy, smoking weed, and we got the Snoop Dogg and the rappers or whatever. So that was the one side. Showtime is old white money. So they back boxing. They back Mayweather, right? It's this old thing where you have to be the YouTubers. To us it's corny because we're in the game. We know we're connected to the source. But to other people, that shit might have been funny for our uncle watching it with Jaden, what Desus and Meros were saying. That shit it's this old, trying to be funny for the old white guys, realistically.
Yeah.
That's what they were trying to do. But it was funny because Showtime was back in the old white boxing. Triller was back in the Jake Paul YouTube, smoking weed, silly thing. So we got to see both spectrums, which was really funny to me, which I liked.
Yeah. So I don't think it was as one-sided as this one was. Even though Snoop Dogg and
Ben Askren was getting killed, bro. No one
but they who was the boxer? I mean, who was the guy that was commentating on the Triller fight that was high as fuck?
Oscar De La Hoya.
I mean, he was still saying Ben Askren's moving right and stuff. There was still a little bit. I mean, the fight wasn't long enough to see full on, but this fight, the whole time, time they were discrediting Logan Paul and this guy got famous eating
made it
Legos
longer than a 6-second TikTok video.
Right, and it was weird. It was the whole fight, and these guys already have punchlines written out and everything, and especially I think they built their platform off YouTube. How did they even get famous? I know they comment. Yeah, they commentate
in a Comedy Central show, and now they have a Showtime show.
Well, but before that, I think they just commentated and reacted to things. So coming from the same game as Logan Paul, who has Logan and Jake Paul. I mean, no matter what you think of them as people, they build a crazy platform independently and stayed independent.
Right.
When you're two guys that haven't even built close to the same platform, and then you sell out to old white money, you said, and then you're clowning them when they just did better at the same game that you're performing in. Yeah. And it's not like they're doing something corny. I mean, now they're fighting for a living and making the shit that's as much savage shit as you can get, So I feel like they should be a little bit more in tune, and it just came off corny to me,
Again, they're getting paid by certain people, and that you have to play to a certain perspective.
But let's say you are Showtime, you have to understand who your audience is. This wasn't just a Mayweather pool. I wonder who even pulled more. I wouldn't be surprised if it was Logan Paul, not discrediting Mayweather's pool, but they definitely both played a huge proponent in the pool.
This is Showtime's first time playing this game, with these Paul brothers. And I honestly think they're probably going to take things from this and learn from it. There's going to be a lot of criticism, and they'll take things from it. And by the time we get this next fight, Jake Paul and Tyron Woodley, there'll be some adjustments.
And I definitely hope they don't have them commentating again. I know it's it's a joke fight, but let's
They tried to do that was their Triller thing.
Yeah.
You know, that's what
it just came off so corny, and especially when you're a sellout.
That's their trendy cool guys on Showtime.
Yeah.
They have, I think they have a late night show now, Adidas Mira Late Night or something.
Yeah.
But that's their cool guys, and then Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson. So they tried to bring their like.
Right. And I mean, again, you're shitting on someone from the same game as you who stayed independent and built the platform to the point you're commentating and talking shit. Yeah. Like the fact that you're like, oh, we got famous making Legos and like they're just famous for being famous. Yeah. You're in the same game. You just didn't do it well. And not only did you not do it as well, you also sold out to old white money. Right. So good job. Yeah. And first off, I knew them because they had a show on Vice too. Yeah. I'd only watch it because I'd watch Action Bronson show and like I wouldn't change the channel quick enough and I'd see their faces. They sell out to Vice and then they sell out to Showtime, you know? So like, you know, you're in the same game except you're a sellout. So it was irritating to me. It came off corny. It made me cheer for Logan Paul more, if anything.
But anyway, that's all I got on our Logan Paul Mayweather reaction. Let's go then. Let's transition.
Oh wait. Okay. We didn't say who do we think won the fight? Mayweather.
Mayweather. I don't know. Yeah, Mayweather won it because Logan probably won the first two fights. I mean, the first two rounds. You even give him that, and Mayweather probably won all the other rounds. I don't remember Logan landing many other punches after that, but I would have said Mayweather probably. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He was, and also that pushing forward. He pushed forward the rest of the fight. Logan was tired. Logan held him a lot, so I would go with Mayweather if he had to pick a decision.